We're on a mission to help a rancher in southeastern Montana with some predator control. Removing coyotes would come before filming on this trip. Calving had already begun a few weeks early for a few cows due to the snowstorms and bitter cold temperatures. Several mornings we woke up to 28 below zero temperatures with minus 40-degree wind chill. In 3 days between what we saw driving and what we called in, we counted 39 coyotes. Our first set we called in a pair within the first 10 minutes. After that, the rest of our sets averaged 30 minutes or more before we finally called coyotes in. I figured out pretty quickly a scenario using coyote vocals that messed with the female to where she finally couldn't take it anymore and would come in. 3 or 4 times we glassed a pair sitting on a ridge just watching. It was really interesting to see how the female was real antsy and wanted to come, but the male wouldn't move. There was a point around 25 to 30 minutes she couldn't take it any longer and would break. Once she committed and started coming in, the male would follow. We shot 9 coyotes this trip, all were females but one. With the extended cold and snow, they are taking their toll on deer, as you'll see in this video, and soon it will be calves. While I wasn't able to film every hunt, we did get some good footage of the first pair we called in and shot. Several other hunts were filmed after the kill and a couple pretty cool things happened, so watch to the end. I thought you rolled him. You did right there, but he might have run around the corner and died. We run up over the top, see if you can see. Well, this is where he rolled him. Oh yeah, there's blood. Not a lot though. Holy mackerel. I thought he pounded him. Yeah, there's some more blood there. Looks like he fell here, maybe. Or maybe that's... I was thinking that was his track. Yeah, there's blood there. So he fell here. So he must have gone around the corner and piled up. But I'm going to go track this coyote because every once in a while leaves just a little bit of blood like that. He ain't bleeding much, but he rolled him. So I still think I'm going to run into him up here. His tracks are kind of getting wobbly right up in through here. I knew he'd get up in these rocks somewhere, but oh, there's blood. So he's headed down where I kind of expected him to go. Oh shoot, look at that. Look at where he tumbled. He's got to be laying down here somewhere. I don't know if you can see that. See the blood, you can see where it tumbled right down the hill. So
feeling very good there.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, he's
right
camouflage.
There.
Cool.
I knew we'd find him.
Oh, I hit him.
He was
hard.
hit hard with that shotgun.
Yeah, I hit him
Stan
hard.
said the other one was hit too. There was a little bit of blood. But
I got a feeling he's laying over in the rock over on the other side.
he's probably laying over there somewhere. That's our first set. Probably within 10 minutes, but We were driving out here and we saw a coyote go over the hill, so we kind of made a sneak. I don't know if we called.
I think
it was two different ones.
Yeah.
But anyway, they come right to us. I mean, I was playing a couple different sounds, but trying to keep it kind of light. But anyway,
ran right up to
they
us.
came right up to us. I think they're hungry. We've had a long, cold 2 weeks of really cold, sub-zero, 28 below zero nights. So
We have a little more of an appetite now.
yeah. So well,
First call a double, so.
why don't you go down and grab him and what's that? That's going to be slick there. I'd go over there. Hey, you gotta, well, I guess you can grab him by the leg. These sandstone rocks are slick. Is it? Yeah, the male and the female. That's good. We're out here trying to help the rancher with some coyotes right now. They're just starting to calve on some of their place, and in the next couple weeks they'll be calving hard. And they've had, in years past, they've had 10 to 15% loss on calves, so that adds up big time. So we're not out here for the fur, we're out here to thin out a few coyotes before calving season.
Yeah, the fur, even on this one, starting to break a little.
Yeah, Stan says the fur's starting to break on that one. After we loaded this coyote, we went over and tracked the other one, and it ran around the rims on the backside and ended up getting onto the neighbor's place, so we couldn't recover it. But it was leaving a pretty good blood trail, so we're pretty confident, and went up in the rocks just like this one and ended up dying. I shoot some pretty good loads in this shotgun that kills coyotes out to 75 yards, but Stan had never used my shotgun before, and with all the clothes on, he just didn't get a good beat on these coyotes. But we did end up killing them. Stan hits this coyote on his third shot, and it stumbles behind that piece of sagebrush, and then on his last shot he hits it, and if you look real close you can see a big blood spot behind his shoulder. Now we sat down to do a set. I'll scan down. We walked way up the side of the steep hill. We were calling this country actually over clear to my left, but right down, clear down there, about right where the tip of my finger is, Stan was sitting. How far is that, Stan?
It's about 120 yards.
About 120 yards, but it's darn near straight up. These coyotes came in behind us. We had coyote howling way out here, way up that draw. It wasn't actually that far, it was fairly close. We thought, well, we could call that coyote in, and two came in behind us up on this high ridge. And I heard it growl, and so I went into some different things, and I knew it was behind us somewhere. And anyway, they came back, and Stan ended up getting a shot at the one, and can't believe he hit that thing as straight, excuse me, as straight up as it was. I'm sure this video isn't going to show really the true steepness of this hill, but this is the country we're calling this morning. We're going to go out here in front of us and make a set. This is a pasture they calve in, and so they want us to kill as many coyotes in and around this pasture as possible. So this is number 2 out of this pasture, so off to get some more. Another set. I Haven't been videoing because it's just been so cold and so windy, so we came over this ridge. It's kind of a good open. This is where they calve again, and so we were trying to see what we could do in this pasture, and we called up a pair, and I was using a fawn distress, and unbeknownst to me, about where Stan shot and killed a coyote, we found a deer kill. So that's just one more reason why we hunt these coyotes. They actually killed that deer up where Stan's standing and drug it all the way down here. But you can see all the hair. This is like fresh. Look at all the coyote poop. Absolutely fresh. So this poor deer didn't survive very long once they got hold of him. You can see where they fought this thing. All this blood and back down stuff that must have got a hold of here. I'll tell you too, if you've ever seen a coyotes kill a deer, it's absolutely brutal. It is not pretty. They usually start at the hindquarters and eat them alive. But look at that. So hopefully we saved some more deer and a calf. If they're hitting the deer, they're going to be hitting those calves that are going to hit the ground here pretty quick. So I'm glad we got that coyote. Well, this morning we're hunting a pasture where it gets some pressure. Some people have been in here calling, and the last time we were in here, when we set up, as soon as we started doing some sounds, I don't know, I probably opened with a howl and then went to some distress. This coyote just lit up, warning barking, and so did the same thing this morning in this one pasture. Just kept going, and so we went and did a couple other sets, and finally we decided, well, let's go back and work with that coyote, see if I can mimic that coyote and get it to come in. And so I sat by a tree and mimicked her, and we're assuming it's maybe a female, but anyway, we did that for quite a while. Stan snuck over probably another 350 yards and sat down, and I was hoping I could get that coyote to close the distance, but I could not get her to move. Well, that went on for probably, I don't know, half hour, 40 minutes. So finally we decided to drive up closer, just take a long shot, see if we could get up closer. Stan finally spotted her, but she was 750 yards from where he was at. We snuck down into here, and that coyote ended up, I'm not quite sure where, but it's way out there somewhere in this flat on the end of my finger, about 400 plus yards. We snuck down in here, and Stan finally saw it, because as soon as we got down in here, lit up barking again, and it just wouldn't shut up. I mean, it's been going on for an hour. And anyway, we finally got that. We really wanted to kill that coyote, because every time we come in here to coyote hunt, that thing lights up, because it's been educated. These other guys have obviously called it up and shot at it, and I think they do a little sitting in the truck calling kind of stuff. So anyway, we're gonna go pick that coyote up now. Well, we just pulled down here. We're gonna go retrieve this coyote. It's supposed to be somewhere right over in here across this little creek bottom. I'll tell you, we really wanted to kill this coyote bad, because every time we come in here, that thing's gonna light up and warning bark. 2 weeks ago when we were in here, or more, she did the same thing. We're gonna find out if it's a she.
Well, Stephen and I were calling this morning. This coyote actually howled the first call we made, and we went and made another call, and it was still howling. So we decided to try to put the slip on it, but I cut the difference between me and Stephen calling, and cut it to about 700 yards. He was actually sitting on this knoll over here, and he just kept howling. So we thought, well, an outside chance we'll drive up the road here and see if we can drop over the hill and find him. And sure enough, he was sitting out here still howling when we got here. So
doing his warning bark.
Yeah, we slipped down the hill there. And
what did we mess with this thing? 45 minutes?
Yeah, an hour probably. And made a 400-yard shot on this coyote. It's pretty rewarding to spend that much time and kill it. So.
Yeah, it was an educated coyote for sure. Hey, thank you for watching this video. I also want to thank all my subscribers for supporting me on this channel over the last few months. And if this is the first time you've seen any of my videos, I would invite you to go to my channel, check out the rest of my content. I think you'll really enjoy it. And please consider subscribing to my channel.